The word for when in Italian is quando.
Quando.
Quando. Quando. When are you working?
Quando lavori?
Good. Quando lavori? When are you working tomorrow?
Quando lavori domani?
Good. Quando lavori domani? What was the word for why again?
Perché?
Perché, and also because, no? So we said that che is either what or that. Perché as why means something like for what, and perché as because means something like for that. So other than when are you working, quando lavori, you might also hear quando è che lavori. Quando è che lavori.
Quando è che lavori?
What are we saying there literally?
When is it when you are working?
When is it that you work, no? So you can hear either there, quando lavori, quando è che lavori. Or you could even hear the quando and the contracted, quando è che lavori. What was to see?
Vedere.
Vedere. The house in Italian is la casa.
La casa.
So that single S that comes between vowels, you can hear more like a Z sound or an S sound, depending on the dialect. La casa, la casa. How would you say, I want to see the house?
Voglio vedere la casa.
Voglio vedere la casa. I want to see it, and we mean the house.
La voglio vedere.
Very good. La voglio vedere, voglio vederla. What was when again?
Quando?
Quando. When are you seeing the house?
Quando vedi? Quando vedi la casa?
Very good. Quando vedi la casa. What else could you say? You could say, when is it that you see the house? How would that be?
Quando è che vedi la casa?
Good. And here we hear the difference quite nicely, no, between the two different E's. Quando è che vedi la casa. Although I should mention that what E you should pronounce, it's generally not very important because it changes a lot between different dialects. The only time really that we can say it's especially important is the difference between he, she, it is, and the word for and. And no? That difference is important all across the board in the different dialects of Italian, but otherwise it's not so important. So maybe someone from the south, you hear them pronounce the E of and che in the same way. No? It's not very important. Tell me again what was the word for house?
Casa.
Casa, good. To get the plural of most words ending in A, we would change the A to an E. So rather than an I giving us E sound, now we will have an E giving us the E sound. So casa is house. How do you say houses?
Case.
Case. How is the house?
La casa.
La casa. If we want to say the houses, the A of la will also change to an E.
Le case.
Le case. I want to see the houses.
Voglio vedere le case.
Good. Voglio vedere le case. Now, if you say, I want to see them, and you mean the houses, what do you think the sound for them might be? If we have la for feminine it, for feminine them, what might we have?
Le.
Le. Good. So I want to see them.
Le voglio vedere.
Le voglio vedere. Voglio vederle. When are you seeing the houses?
Quando vedi le case.
Good. Quando vedi le case? When do you see them? And we mean the houses.
Quando le vedi.
Quando le vedi? Tell me again what was the house?
La casa.
La casa. La cosa is the thing. La cosa.
La cosa.
How would you say things?
Cose.
Cose. And the things?
Le cose.
Le cose. Good. But thing, the singular?
Cosa.
Cosa. Tell me again the word for why.
Perché?
Perché. And we said that this was literally for what? What thing? So, che cosa?
Che cosa?
And often just shortened to cosa or che. but most commonly cosa means what. So in Italian, to say what, you will say what thing most of the time, che cosa. And that is often shortened to just cosa rather than being shortened just to what, is often shortened just to thing. No? So if you say, for example, in Italian, what do you see? You will say, what thing do you see? Or just thing you see.
Che cosa vedi?
Che cosa vedi? Or
Cosa vedi?
cosa vedi? No? So in colloquial spoken Italian, in informal Italian, this is the most common way of saying what do you see? Cosa vedi? In fact, if you don't understand what somebody tells you, you might just say cosa,
Cosa?
thing, what. But you could also hear che cosa vedi, cosa è che vedi, che cosa è che vedi. No, there's all those different ways of saying it. Even like how I mentioned quando è can become quand'è. The same could happen also with cosa è, cos'è, cos'è che vedi. But in colloquial Italian, maybe the most common is just cosa vedi, thing you see. What was to demonstrate?
Dimostrare.
Good, but not de, but
Dimostrare.
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 Dimostrare. So in dimostrare, we have di meaning of or from, and then mostrare meaning show or monster, no? Of showing, of monster, of an omen, no? So there we have di for of or from. What was to speak?
Parlare.
Parlare. So if you want to say in Italian, what are you talking about? What are you speaking about? You will just say of what you speak or of thing you speak. So how would that be?
Che cosa parli? Che cosa parli?
Of what thing you speak.
Di cosa parli?
Di cosa parli? Di che cosa parli? Di che cosa è che parli?
Di che cosa è che parli?
Well, it's possible, no? Depends how emphatic you want to be. Now, sometimes we make our sentences longer just to be more emphatic, just to hold the attention, no? But the more common, simple way would be di cosa parli? What are you talking about? Of thing you speak. Implied of what thing do you speak? What was to see?
Vedere.
Good. I see.
Vedo.
I see you.
Ti vedo.
Ti vedo. So the you, as in I see you, is ti, ti. But you, like in you see, the optional you that we don't have to use, but we can do so for emphasis, is tu, ti, you, tu.
Tu.
So if we want to say you see, and we emphasize you, we can use that tu.
Tu vedi.
Tu vedi. Do you see the house?
Tu vedi la casa.
Tu vedi la casa? Do you see it? And we mean the house?
Tu la vedi.
Tu la vedi? What if we meant the houses? Do you see them?
Tu le vedi.
Tu le vedi? When are you seeing the house?
Quando vedi la casa.
Quando vedi la casa? Or if we wanted to include the word for you, it's quite flexible. Quando vedi la casa tu? Tu quando vedi la casa? Tu quando vedi la casa would probably be the most natural order, but we could put it on the end to be especially emphatic, no? Quando vedi la casa tu? You might also hear the information being repeated, no? Quando la vedi la casa? That might also happen. When do you see it, the house? What do you see?
Che cosa vedi?
Good. Che cosa vedi? Cosa vedi? What do you see?
Che cosa vedi tu?
Tu che cosa vedi? Che cosa vedi tu? Do you see the thing?
Tu vedi la cosa?
Good. Vedi la cosa. Tu vedi la cosa. And the plural of thing, the word for things?
Cose.
Cose. And the things?
Le cose.
Very good. So we've seen two ways of making the plural no. We can have an I sound for words ending in O or E. We saw, for example, cane, dog, and cani, dogs, or giorno, day, and giorni, days. We saw indicazione and indicazioni. So the I sound E for words ending in O or E. And then for our nouns ending A, we have an E or an E sound to make the plural. Casa, case, cosa, cose.